Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Tiffany, and for those of you who do know me, welcome back. So for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about laser hair removal and kind of just like the whole process of it and my experience with it as well. I did mention to like a couple of friends that I was going to be starting treatments, and they really wanted to know, they asked me what was it like, my experience with it. They kind of just wanted to know the process of it all and just, details about it. So I figured I would just film a video and then I would do kind of like an update every couple of treatments. I do feel like I really wanted to do my research before actually going ahead and starting the treatments, and there wasn't really like a video that I found that just had like all the information in one. I feel like I had to watch several videos just to get like answers for certain questions that I was looking for. So I was like, let me just film one and talk about everything in its entirety so that you can just kind of like have everything in one video. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about today if you guys are interested. So yeah, but before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like me or if you like this video for any reason. Leave a like on this video, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I have some like talking points here that I made. I asked on Instagram too if anyone had like specific questions or just like anything in specific that they wanted to know about laser hair removal. So I have them all here just to make sure that I like cover all those topics. So we'll just start off with like kind of an intro. So like why I'm doing laser hair removal. I was just born naturally just hairy, and it sucks and it's so annoying, but ever since I was little, that's just the way I was born. I've just had a lot of body hair, so I shave everything. The area that I am getting treatment on is my face, so I am getting facial laser hair removal, and that was kind of just like my biggest concern because I feel like it was one of my biggest insecurities. And so when I was in middle school, I decided to shave my face because I had like a little mustache, I had like chin hairs, and the thing is that they were very dark, so you could see them, and it was just like an insecurity of mine. So when I was in middle school, like I said, I shaved it, and then ever since then I've just been shaving my face, and it's gotten to the point where I feel like I've just been doing it for so long, and I do it so much that it just grows so fast. Like I'll shave and 2 days later I have to shave again. I pluck everything and then shave whatever's like left, and that's just been my routine for the last several years of my life, and it's just getting so, I'm just overdoing it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and look into laser treatment. So that's why I decided to do laser treatment. And not only that, but also I do think that because I shave so often, it's caused a lot of acne on my chin. So like right here and right here, I'm struggling with it a little bit right here. I think that shaving has caused like a lot of like ingrown hairs, and just it's caused acne on my chin. And that was another one of the reasons that I really wanted to start laser treatments, was just because I'm hoping that once this really like works and I'm starting to see results, that I will also see a little bit less acne on my chin. It doesn't work for everyone. I have gotten a couple people telling me, like, oh, good luck, hopefully it works for you, because it didn't work for them. So I think it just varies on your hair type, and honestly I don't really know what the factor is in which, like, whether it'll work for you or not, but we'll see. So I am getting my laser treatments done at SEV, SEV, I call it SEV. I am from the Bay Area, so I am getting my treatments done at the San Francisco location. And how I ended up at SEV. So originally, I was going to go to Laser Away because it is much closer to where I live. I was going to be going to the Emeryville location on Bay Street. And so originally that was my plan. So I did do a consultation with Laser Away, but the thing was that it was just mad expensive, and they almost got me, honestly. So what I had done was I contacted LaserAway. They gave me a call back and basically set up a online consultation via Zoom. So one of their employees did call me, and she basically ran through everything with me. She asked me what area I wanted done, and I told her it was the face. And they kind of run you through like the plans and how much everything's gonna cost. And so basically what I was gonna get done was, it was 8 sessions, and after those 8 sessions, you get 2 for free. So in total, it was 10 sessions, which is the recommended amount of sessions that they recommend. And so that came out to about $1,000 something just for the face, and for those 10 sessions. Technically, you're paying for 8, but you're getting 2 for free. So it was about $1,000 something around there. And then she told me that they were doing like a buy one get one free. So if I purchased like one other area, I would get the 3rd area for free. And that kind of tempted me because I was like, well, I'm already gonna be there, you know, starting the treatments. And I do have other areas that I was like, I know eventually I'm gonna wanna do. So I basically paid for the 2nd area, which I was gonna be doing like a full bikini area, which was like another, I think, $2,000. And then I would be getting the 3rd area, which was going to be the underarms, for free. And I was like, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. And I was like in it, I was ready to do it. And then it totaled up to about $4,000, like completely. They do have a payment plan though, where you know you would be paying a certain amount every month until it's paid off, or you could pay it in full. It's up to you, whatever you know find feasible for you at the time. And I was kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. But then, and you know what, so I did. I like pretty much I signed all the forms, and I was going to do it. But after thinking about it, I was like, 4,000 is a lot of money. And I was just like, you know what, no, like I can't spend that much on it. So I did call back the next day, and I hate to be that person, but I called back the next day and I basically told them that I wasn't going to be able to do it, and if we could just like cancel everything. So they did, luckily. She did tell me that they weren't taking like returns right now, but she said because I haven't even started any treatments, that she would put in the request for a return, and luckily they did. After all of that, I was like, okay, let me just look into SEV. And even though I knew that it was a little bit further, I was like, it's just better to, I'd rather like have a commute to get over there than paying $4,000. So I started looking into SEV, and I have a couple of friends who do also go there as well. So they had, you know, they have had good experiences, and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the one. So I went ahead and I booked an appointment. I bought just one like appointment, so one treatment for $50, which is really, really good, because considering the amount that I was going to be paying for 10 treatments at LaserAway, I'd be paying like $1,000 to get all those treatments at LaserAway, and to get all the treatments done at SEV, I'd only be paying $500 for the same amount of treatments. So to me, it felt worth it. And it was just a huge difference in price. Like, it's literally half the price. So basically, I booked my appointment, and I got emails with, you know, like a bunch of forms that I had to fill out. And you also receive emails letting you know that you're going to be having like another online consultation. So this time, they ask you, you know, you can do it via Zoom, you can do FaceTime. They text you what times you're available. And basically, a nurse who works for them, she calls you, and she kind of asks you about like your medical history. So like if you're taking any type of like iron supplements, anything like that. If you're using any medicated like skin products, so like face washes, anything like that. They ask you, you know, if you're pregnant, nursing, all that kind of stuff. And then they do also ask you like about exposure to the sun, which is something that I also appreciated, because again, it's like they're taking into consideration that they're going to be lasering your face, and they basically just want to reduce and minimize any kind of risk of damage on your skin. So the first time that I had made my appointment, and after doing that consultation, I did mention that I had gone to the park for probably like an hour to an hour and a half. And she didn't clear me for my appointment, basically because she was just worried that I might have had too much sun exposure on my face, and she didn't want any she didn't want to risk any, you know, like skin pigmentation or anything like that. So she pushed my appointment back by a week and a half, and basically told me to just stay out of the sun. So I stayed out of the sun, and then once it came up time for my appointment, they do call you again. They call you before every appointment, and she called me again, and she cleared me this time. So everything was good, and I went to my appointment. So when you go in, don't wear anything on your face. So basically before they start, they are going to ask you if you have any kind of like moisturizers, products, anything on your face. You shouldn't have anything on your face. So I didn't even I put nothing on my skin that morning. So I went in and she was like, okay, all good. And basically what they do is they are going to do just like a little test on a little area on your skin first before they actually start doing everything, because they want to test, you know, like your sensitivity. They want to know, you know, at what level they should have it at so that it's comfortable for you. And so she basically was like, okay, we're gonna just do a little like test area on your chin real quick, and then you would tell me how it feels. She was like, you should obviously feel it, but it shouldn't be anything painful to the point where you're like jumping back, you know, or like it hurts. And they do also have like this air pump thing, so that once the machine is actually like lasering your skin, air is pumping out, and it kind of minimizes the sensation, and it's like just this really cold air just like on your skin. So pain wise, that was something that a lot of people asked me about. So for pain, to me it didn't really hurt. Of course we all have different you know, pain tolerance. So for me it didn't hurt. I would describe it more as like an uncomfortable feeling versus like actual pain. What I would compare it to is if you've gotten a tattoo, just like a small tattoo, it does feel like needles. The way that it was described to me was that it felt like a rubber band like snapping on your skin, but to me it didn't really feel like that. It more did feel like if you were getting like a tattoo, but not as painful as a tattoo, I guess. It wasn't really painful, but like I said, again, we all have different like levels of pain tolerance, so what might have not felt painful for me might feel painful for you. But again, they are going to set the levels based on, you know, what you tell them. So it's really important that you do be honest, and you really tell them like, okay, yeah, that hurts, or like, no, that's good, you could probably like kick it up a couple notches. So while they were doing the treatment, I did get pretty much all of this lower area, under my lip, above my lip, and under my chin. I will say the only thing for me was that I found it a little bit hard to breathe. So if you've ever like been in the car and you open your window and you're driving really, really fast and the air is like coming at you, you know how you kind of like, it's hard to breathe sometimes. That's what it felt like for me, just because since it was on my face, the air was, you know, shooting directly into like my nose. So I had a little bit of a hard time like breathing while she was doing it. But what I would do is I would kind of just like hold my breath and just let her do her thing, and then like she would give me breaks. So she would be like, okay, I'm gonna stop, let you get a breath in, and then I would do it again. So that was really nice that she like worked with me through that. But other than that, it was really quick, really, really painless. Like I said, it's mostly uncomfortable, but it's not painful at all to me. And like I said, it was really quick. My appointment was at 11:30 and I was out by like 11:45. So it was super, super quick. And that was, again, just for like this area. If you're probably doing like a bikini area, it might take maybe like 20 minutes, I would say, because they're not, you know, lasering each individual like hair follicle. It doesn't take forever. It kind of like does it in sections, so it's fairly quick. So if that was something that you've been like kind of wondering about, probably the most like it would take is if you were doing like larger areas, like maybe your legs, probably would take maybe like 30 minutes, which is still pretty quick in my opinion. Once she was done, she basically was like, okay, like that's it. And then she put aloe all over this area, just because there is like redness. Obviously there was like a laser zapping your face, so there is going to be like some redness. She was like, basically the aloe will just, you know, soothe the redness if you have any irritation, which you shouldn't have too much, but if you do, it'll just kind of like help soothe it and calm it down. So I put that on, and that was basically it. I had no issues after that. I didn't feel any irritation, any kind of sensation on it. The redness probably only lasted maybe like 15 minutes after the treatment was done, and then it was pretty much all gone. Immediately after you're done with the treatment, you do go check out so that you can set up your next appointment. And so while I was there, because like I said, I had only bought one treatment, so I had only paid the $50. And while I was there, the lady did offer me kind of like a package deal thing. So I was getting 6 treatments, and then the next one would be free. So I'd be getting 7 treatments, which was really nice because the total for that came out to $250. So the $250 for the 5 treatments and the 6th treatment for free. Or it was 6 treatments and then the 7th for free, something like that. I can't remember honestly, but either way it was $250, which is still really, really good, because like I said, at Laser Away I was paying $1,000 for 10 treatments. So the price difference was huge. Like, you can't even compare the two. So I did that. I did buy the package, and just so you guys know, if you guys are interested, if you look on Groupon has a couple of other package deals for SEV as well. So you could find like small area or like large area packages for like $100 to $200, which is super affordable in my opinion. And I know that's a lot of people's like one of the main concerns people have is like price. You know, it's like expensive, and that's why a lot of people stay away from doing laser treatments. But I honestly think that SEV is super, super, super affordable compared to other places. You know, obviously you're not going to be paying like, you know, like $10, $20 for treatment. Honestly, if you're paying that little, you're probably not getting the best service. And I don't know if I would trust someone to laser my face if it only costs like $20. So yeah, I think it's super, super affordable, you know, really reasonable. Someone did ask me about the healing process. So like I said, I didn't experience any like irritation on my skin. If you do have I personally do not have sensitive skin. I wouldn't say that I have sensitive skin. I've never had any kind of like reaction to, you know, switching to new products, to cleansers or like exfoliants, anything like that, facials. I've never had any kind of like bad chemical reactions or just like anything like that. So I wouldn't say I have sensitive skin. If you do think that you have sensitive skin, obviously that is something that you should talk to them about prior to getting your treatment done. And again, if you do have sensitive skin, when they are testing like the level of the laser, it's probably the best that you keep it kind of low. And then as far as like maintenance after, obviously making sure that if you do feel any irritation, you're using the aloe, you're using sunscreen, no matter the area, like whether it's your legs, your arms, whatever, like you want to be putting on sunscreen, of course. So yeah, those are like the main things as far as like the healing. But after your treatment, they do tell you to not like sweat, so like no working out. and you shouldn't be taking like hot showers. So I did wash my face that night with cold water. Didn't work out that day. And they tell you to do this for the next 24 to 72 hours after your treatment. So after that though, like after 72 hours, you're good. You can sweat, you can work out, you know, take your shower, whatever. But after all that, so basically I don't have my next appointment until 4 weeks from now, so until the end of September basically. And what they told me was, for the first 2 treatments, you want to go in every 4 weeks. And then after that, since you should start seeing like a delay in growth, you can kind of start pushing it back a little bit more. So it'll go from like 4 weeks to 6 weeks. And then from 6 weeks, you know, they can push it out to about 8 weeks. So right now I do have my appointment out for 4 weeks, and then eventually it'll be 6 and 8. So kind of like maintenance in between sessions, they do ask you to try to not shave as often, of course. But for me specifically, they were like, of course, the face is a little bit more difficult. You know, because if it was like Brazilian or like legs or anything, obviously you can get away with not shaving in between treatments. But for the face, it's a little bit more difficult. So she basically told me to try not to shave for at least 10 days post-treatment, and then eventually I can shave between treatments, you know, if necessary. Someone did ask about the kind of like health risks and like long-term effects as far as like radiation of the laser treatments. And from what I've looked into and the research I've done, it doesn't seem like there are any, like there hasn't been found to be any you know, long-term effects on the skin, anything, or like with the radiation, anything like that. The only thing, of course, that they warn you about is just the pigmentation, that's just going to be a risk. But I feel like as long as you're really following like the rules that they give you and taking care of your skin, you're putting sunscreen on, you know, just following what they tell you, you should be okay. So like staying out of the sun if necessary, not getting any like tans, because that is something that they're going to tell you, that you shouldn't be getting like any kind of like spray tans or like doing like tanning beds, anything like that. So as long as you're following the rules, you shouldn't have any kind of like side effects. But yeah, as far as like radiation too, there just doesn't seem to be any long-term effects, so should be good. Okay, so lastly, we'll just kind of like talk about results and like updates. So right now, I did get my treatment done on Monday, so today is Wednesday, so it's been 2 days. And I obviously still have hairs. Like, one treatment isn't going to, you know, work a miracle. And obviously I'm not gonna have like crazy results right now, but I do still have hairs. But I will say that there were some areas where I had a little bit of a closer shave, and in those areas so far I have not noticed like any hair growth, and if there is, it's very, very minimal. And then in the areas where, you know, there was like a little bit more hair on there, obviously it's still there, but there are some spots that I feel like every day, like I had hair there one day and then today I didn't, if that makes sense. So like it feels like if the hairs are like being pushed out and they're kind of like falling out, I guess is what you could say. But yeah, I still have hairs, obviously. Like, I only got one treatment. I feel like I see just like the tiniest bit of results, and like I said, just those areas where I had a closer shave, haven't really had any hair growth there. But other than that, we're gonna have to wait and see. So what I think I'm gonna do is after the maybe 4th treatment, I will do like a update and kind of like let you guys know how it's going and if I think it's like actually working. And then I will do a final update after the 6th or 7th treatment and kind of give you like a final. By the 6th or 7th, I will do a final one and kind of just so you know like the full results, like is it worth it or not, that kind of thing. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully it all goes well, and hopefully I like answered any questions you guys might have had, or like anything you guys were interested if you are considering getting laser done. I just wanted to film a video, you know, kind of just talking about all of these like questions and concerns, about getting laser treatment if you've considered doing so. I just kind of wanted to, I know I had a lot of questions that I had a hard time finding, but now that I'm actually going through the process, I feel like I can share some knowledge with you guys. So yeah, if you're considering it right now, I would say that I recommend it. But again, like I said, I'll do like a final update eventually once I'm like completely done with my treatments, and I'll let you guys know how it went and if it really like worked for me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like this video, if you like me for any reason, and I'll see you guys in my next video.